Hello and welcome to the Week 13 Mr. Bucs Nation game day live stream for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. We have got some NFC South action live from Tampa, Florida in Raymond James Stadium. It is 2nd and 2, 14 and a half minutes left to go in the first quarter. The Bucs are driving after an 8-yard carry from Rachaad White. Now Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun. Quick pass to Chris Godwin on the sideline, and he cannot hang on to the football. That pass will fall incomplete and be 3rd and 2 on the Buccaneers' first offensive drive of the day. The Panthers defer, so the Buccaneers offense on the field to start this one. Hello and welcome, folks. I'm your host, Rhett Matthew. Going to be hanging out with you, calling the game today. Through all the highs and lows. A very important division contest for the Bucs, who have 6 games left, 4 of those being division matchups. And it starts today with Carolina. Out of the shotgun, 2 backs in the game. Quick toss over to the left to Devin Tompkins. He will go out of bounds, maybe just short of the sticks. It may set up 4th and 1. Looks like the Bucs offense is going to stay on the field. No, they'll give him a generous spot, and it'll be a first down Tampa Bay. Good job by Devin Tompkins there to stay in bounds and get just enough yardage to go past the sticks. James is at the game today. He is in attendance. Single back look, Baker under center. 3 wide receiver set. Now it's a handoff to Rachaad White out of the backfield. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Brian Burns checking out of the upcoming play for Carolina's defense. They got a lot of guys back. Yetur Gross-Matos at the outside linebacker position. Obviously, Brian Burns been making some plays. They've had a lot of good play from their interior defensive line these last few weeks. J.C. Horn back in the secondary. So Carolina, their defense, pretty healthy. Here are the Bucs out of the shotgun. It's a little bit of trickery here. A fake pitch play on an end around to Trey Palmer, who picks up the first down and then some. Nice positive yardage right there for the Bucs. Chase Edmonds was back in at running back, and he took the handoff from Baker, and he pitches it right back around to Trey Palmer, who's coming the opposite direction on the end around. And it's first down yardage for Tampa Bay on the opening drive. 12 and a half minutes left to go now. Single back look again, 2 wide receivers, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Bucs moving left to right. Here's Mayfield, takes the snap, hands it off to Rachaad White, right up the gut. He gets maybe a yard. Derek Brown, big number 95. That's the interior pressure at Carolina we had been talking about. James will be back. I promise. Let James have a week off. He's been calling games all year. He wants to go see his team. Empty backfield now. 4 wide receivers. Baker, quick pass to Cade Otton. It is caught, who has first down yardage and then some, but a quick flag right around the first down marker. The Bucs are moving back. It's pass interference against Rachaad White. It seemed like he knew before the flag was even thrown that was going to be coming out. So the penalty takes away another first down for the Bucs, and it'll be 2nd and 19. Out of the shotgun now, 4 wide receiver set. 3 wide receiver set, excuse me. Rachaad White, the running back, takes the carry out of the shotgun, picks up some positive yardage, and he'll get about 5 yards. The uniform matchup today, for anyone wondering, Bucs wearing the white jerseys and pewter pants. The Carolina Panthers with a pretty good look, actually. The updated blue jerseys and blue pants to match. Haven't seen the unitard look in a while, but looks good with their new updated blue. Here come the Bucs. 3 wide receivers and a tight end in motion is Cade Otton. Out of the shotgun, quick pass. Baker to Trey Palmer. And they'll say it's incomplete after initially ruling it a catch. So it'll be 4th and 13, and that ends the first drive of the day for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. A costly penalty sets them up in tough position, and they cannot capitalize. So it'll bring out the punt team. Jake Camarda, number 5 out there for Tampa Bay to kick this one off. Smith Marset in the backfield for Carolina. High snap. Here's the kick. It's up and away. Great kick. And they'll field the fair catch as it's caught at the 14-yard line of the Carolina Panthers. So that's where they will set up their offense for the first time today. Here comes rookie quarterback Bryce Young. And let's not forget the Carolina Panthers had a pretty busy week firing head coach Frank Reich after a 10-1 start. Or I'm sorry, quite the opposite, a 1-10 start. Focusing on giving you guys a better view here. Yeah, it has not been great for Carolina. Traded away the number 1 overall pick to the Chicago Bears, and here the Panthers are a year later trending to get the number 1 overall pick again, and they traded it away, so it may not even be theirs. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. For anyone just joining us, yes, I am not James. He is at the game today, so we're going to let him enjoy his day off. I am Rhett from the Cannon Fire podcast. So I'm going to be hanging out with you guys, and immediately after the game, if you are interested, we are going to be going live on the Cannon Fire podcast YouTube channel for our post-game call-in show. We're going to react to the game, win, lose, or draw. And, of course, open up the phone lines and take your guys' phone calls. So it should be a good one. I'll be joined by my co-host, Evan Wanish, who may or may not pop in today on the stream at some time. I'll see if I can talk him into it. But happy to be here with you guys today, and hopefully happy to watch a Buccaneers good game. I'll say that. I don't want to say anything else that I could regret. I'm hoping it's a good game today because the Bucs need a good game. If you guys are hanging out with us, either in-state or out-of-state, where are you watching from? I know sometimes we get people from out of the country even. Yeah, running the ball on 2nd and 19, knowing we're never going to get more than 5 yards per carry. I'd love to know what Dave was thinking there, sling the ball, dude. Yeah, 2nd and 19, it's a tough look. I mean, maybe you catch Carolina sleeping with, running the draw, come out in a pass formation, bluff the pass, hand it off, up the gut, but I don't know. It's early in the game, first drive of the game, so still have some time to figure it out. Yeah, very true. At least this game isn't blacked out. I mean, the stadium doesn't look particularly full, even though it is a 4 o'clock game. It's a little bit of a warmer day. But at least the game is not blacked out. 1st and 10 now from the 15-yard line at Carolina. Here comes Bryce Young under center, single back look. I believe that's Chuba Hubbard back there to start the game. 3 wide receiver set. It's going to be a handoff to Hubbard, who's brought down by Yaya Diaby. Right there at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now after a gain of nothing. Ian Thomas at tight end. DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, the rookie Jonathan Mingo at wide receiver. 2nd and 10 now out of the shotgun. Running back on his hip and a tight end in motion. Bryce Young takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and throws it into the dirt. Bucs coverage was all over that one. They were trying to set up a bubble screen and really didn't get much of anything. Thanks for hanging out, Joan. Glad you're here. I know some people can't watch the game for whatever reason, so I'm going to do whatever I can to try and make sure you guys get all the important info. 3rd and 10 now. This could be a big-time opening drive for this Buccaneers defense as they can come up with a stop here. Carolina's 3rd down conversion rate this season, 37%, ranked 20th in the NFL. Out of the shotgun, Bryce Young with 3 wide receivers. Play clock ticking, has to get the ball off. Takes the snap, pressure coming, steps up, fires to the left side, and a diving sideline catch. That was Mingo who tried to make the catch. The line judges are going to talk it over, and they will say it is incomplete. But a pretty good thrown ball and a pretty athletic catch. If I'm Carolina, I'd throw the challenge flag, but we'll see what happens. They do say it is incomplete. And it's early in the game, 4th and 10. There is the challenge flag from Carolina. Kind of expected that to happen. I know as a Bucs fan, we don't really want to see Carolina throw the challenge flag, but it's kind of hard not to here. They're looking at those they're looking at both of the elbows that come down in bounds. So they're going to take a few moments and review this play. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Tiki Fire. Richard Fassett, how you guys doing? Pleasure to see you. So the broadcast will take a quick commercial break as we await the status of the Carolina challenge. Looking to get a costly 1st down here for the Bucs. If this call stands, it's obviously a big-time 3 and out for the defense to start this game, which you would love to see. Curious to see what kind of game this ends up being today. Obviously, Carolina coming in heavy underdogs at 1-10. First week, Chris Tabor, the interim head coach, special teams coordinator, stepping up. And, you know, I'm not really sure if they like what they've seen from Bryce Young. It's kind of a mixed bag depending on who you talk to. I think some people, it may be a little short-sighted to write him off already. But you're 1-10. You've got nothing to play for. Mathematically not eliminated from the playoffs, which is incredible. They still, believe it or not, have a shot, have a light at the end of the tunnel to possibly win the NFC South. That should tell you how horrid everything is in the NFC South right now. But they're an interesting team, and you never really know if a team is going to change things up after they fire a head coach. Carolina came out, and I think Chris Tabor said that they're not going to change anything up. They wouldn't expect to script this any different than they have, and I think that's mostly true. But I'd be curious to see if they add any new wrinkles into what they do on at least the offense, because you don't really have film of what this Carolina team looks like under Chris Tabor, you know? It's a new head coach. It's a new philosophy. And it's a perfect recipe for the Bucs to run into a team here and not be able to finish the job. But we'll see. We will see. The offense was able to move the ball. Costly mistake on that first drive for the Bucs, but the offense was moving the ball well, and you do love to see that. Just like MK said, hit the like button. We've got 143 people watching. On my feed, we've only got a handful of thumbs up. I won't even say the number. That's so disgraceful. But if we could get a couple of thumbs up, that would be awesome. Help the algorithm, help the channel. And subscribe to MrBucsNation for more great Tampa Bay Buccaneers content with James Hill. I am not James Hill for anyone not up to speed. James is at the game today, so I'm going to be filling in. A positive ruling for the Bucs. Looks like the call on the field will stand, and that pass is incomplete, which brings up 4th and 10. Carolina is going to lose the challenge and lose a timeout. The Bucs will get the football back. 9 minutes and 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and the Buccaneers defense comes up with a 3-and-out to start the game. Here comes Hecker out of his own end zone. Kick is up and away. That's Devin Tompkins back there to receive. Catches it around the 30, breaks a tackle, moves to the sideline, and he's brought down around the 43-yard line. The Bucs going to be moving left to right on your television screen. It's also the My Cause, My Cleats game, so every NFL player out there today, from Baker Mayfield to Tristan Wirfs and everyone else, are going to be wearing customized cleats to support the charity or cause of their choice. So that's pretty awesome. I love to see all the custom cleats. They really get some creative designs. Some of them look really sharp. Like Mike Evans, it's like a red notebook material. It's hard to explain, but you'll know it when you see it. It looks really good. They're popping on my TV now. Here's Baker out of the shotgun, throws it to Mike Evans, who has a completion for about 4 yards. Couple of Panthers there to wrap him up, and they'll whistle the play dead. So it'll bring up 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 5 now for the Bucs. 42 seconds left to go in the game between the Atlanta Falcons and the Jets. Atlanta is up in that one 13-8. If that final score holds, that may be scoregami, because that's quite an odd final score. 3 wide receiver set with Chris Godwin in motion on 2nd and 5. Baker out of the pistol takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Rachaad White, who runs to the left. And he'll get stood up at the line of scrimmage, not getting much of anything there. 3rd and 5. Kyle Trask not playing. No, he is not. Barring a Baker Mayfield interception or a Baker Mayfield injury, or if they bench him for potentially throwing too many any interceptions, I don't think Kyle Trask will play today. So it looks like the Falcons victorious in their game against New York today, and Detroit pulls off the win against New Orleans. On 3rd and 4, Baker out of the shotgun, throws to Trey Palmer, who brings it in for a Tampa Bay Buccaneers first down on a quick slant route there. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now inside Carolina territory for the 2nd straight drive. A lot of positive yardage so far, and a fresh set of downs now. 3 first downs so far in this game for the Bucs. Here they come on the 45-yard line. Baker out of the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set, takes the snap, play action, has time, tosses it to Rachaad White, who runs into the Panthers linebacker. He's not able to reel it in. That pass will fall incomplete. Had his hands out waiting for him. It hit him in the hands, but just a little bit of interference from that linebacker there is enough to lodge it incomplete. Do I think White will get 23 receiving yards this game? I like that line. If I'm a betting man, which I definitely am, then I think Rachaad White can go over 23 receiving yards today. Out of the shotgun now, Baker Mayfield has time. Fires to the outside, looking for Trey Palmer, and it is deflected by Dante Jackson, the Carolina corner. It'll be 3rd and 10. Yeah, that's just big-time coverage there by Jackson, able to deflect that ball and make a play on it against Trey Palmer. So now 3rd and 10. It's an empty backfield look for Baker Mayfield. 5 wide receiver set. Rachaad White out of the slot. Play clock ticking, takes the snap, has time, steps up in the pocket, fires towards the right sideline, has Mike Evans caught inside the Tampa Bay 10-yard line. They'll push big number 13 out of bounds around the 5, but the Buccaneers are set up with a 1st and goal on a beautiful throw and catch from Baker Mayfield to Mike Evans. And I think Mike was looking for the defensive pass interference on J.C. Horn. But next thing you know, he's looking at the football headed right towards him. He's able to reel it in and make a big-time play for the Bucs. 1st and goal now for Tampa Bay. Baker out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to his left. Rachaad White still the back, takes the inside handoff, looking for room, fights ahead, and he'll only get maybe a yard or 2. It'll be 2nd and goal now. They're talking about it on the broadcast, but emphasizing the importance of red zone offense. Bucs need to finish this drive. It's not the opening drive. Still have not had an opening drive result in a touchdown so far this season, but the Bucs need to start quickly. And this is a bad Carolina team, so The best way to take control of this game is a touchdown right here. Baker Mayfield, single back look. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. Now Chris Godwin in motion. Play action. Baker looking, pump fakes, fires for the back of the end zone. And there is a flag thrown. It's going to be against Carolina. Defensive pass interference on Mike Evans. Number 25, that's Morris. The defensive back, or I'm sorry, that's Xavier Woods. Number 25, the safety for Carolina, with a defensive pass interference in coverage of Mike Evans. First and goal now for the Bucs. 2 wide receiver set, single back look. Mayfield under center. Takes the snap, inside handoff to Rachaad White. Goal line. No ruling yet as they clean up the pile. It is a touchdown. Fire the cannons. The Buccaneers are in the end zone, and they have put up the first points of the game with a Rachaad White touchdown. 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Bucs are on top in an early lead. Makes it 6-0. Seven carries, 23 yards, and a touchdown for Rachaad White so far today. The Bucs go 57 yards and 8 plays. As we await the point after touchdown by Chase McLaughlin. Big game last week for Rachaad White. 100 yards on 15 carries. And the Buccaneers lost to the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the PAT. Camarda the holder. Kick is up and good. So the Buccaneers add a point to their lead and make it 7-0 over the Carolina Panthers. Buccaneers offense moving the ball pretty well today. We'll see if that can continue. But Carolina and Bryce Young get a shot at it when the broadcast comes back from a commercial break. How do we feel about that? Buccaneers on top in this one, 7-0. Mike Evans with a big-time play to put the Bucs in scoring position. Evans only needs 150 yards for the 1K. Less than that now. I bet we could see how many yards he has so far today. 2 receptions for 45 yards, so 105 yards for Mike Evans until he gets his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. Bucs red zone game always worries me, says Colton. I agree with you, but luckily they're able to get the job done there. And what I would like to see today really is just better execution all around. I mean, on both sides of the football, but we all know the Carolina Panthers are not going to scare anyone at 1-10. So this is a football team that if you're going to make noise in the NFC South and you're going to go on a run to win the division, you have to handle Carolina today. You know, that's what I expect. That's what I think the expectation should be. You got to go out there and handle business, and you got to play well. Couple of costly penalties. The one costly penalty, Rachaad White, on the first drive of the game, obviously takes away that big-time first down. But they're able to capitalize with a touchdown. Ryan, I can't put on the game because then the YouTube channel gets banned and we won't be able to do any of this anymore. And that's not fun for anybody, man. So the best I can do is tell you what's happening in the game. But I appreciate you hanging out and hopefully leaving a thumbs up. Or a thumbs down. I mean, people don't realize it, but thumbs down help the channel too. There we go. Safe to say that Mike will break 1K today. We'll see, man. 45 yards in the first 2 offensive drives is a pretty good start. And look at the pirate ship. They got the Christmas lights all over it. That looks great. I love this time of year. So glad we didn't sign Carr. Agreed. That New Orleans offense did not look great today. And They had a late game surge to make it 28-33, but not able to do enough there at the end to knock off the Detroit Lions. The Falcons did get a win today, though, over the New York Jets, 13-8, the final score in that one. So, again, cannot stress how important a win is today for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, especially in the NFC South division. Baker better than Carr. I would say Baker has been the best quarterback in the NFC South this year. And I know you look at the teams and their records and say that it doesn't mean much, but I'm one of those people who definitely feels like Baker has done what the Bucs have asked him to do since being here. But we'll see how it shakes out and if he's back here next year. Still has to play pretty good down the stretch. I will say that too. 1st and 10 now. 3 wide receivers for Bryce Young. It's going to be a handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who has some room. Shifts around a wimpy tackler and picks up 10 yards, but there is a flag. We'll see if this is coming backwards. Oh, some rain coming down now at Raymond James Stadium. So it's a holding call on the offense. It'll bring back Carolina. Wipes out a big-time run from Chuba Hubbard. Looks like it's coming down. Yeah, that rain is really coming down. It's pouring. I thought it was just a light drizzle, but apparently not. James up there in the 300 section getting soaked right now. Everybody pulling out their ponchos. 5.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Bryce Young out of the shotgun here. 3 wide receiver set. Chuba Hubbard, the running back. It's an inside handoff on the draw. Hubbard pushes the pile forward, and he'll pick up about 3 yards. Man, that rain seemingly came out of nowhere. I know it was a cloudy day today, but it is pouring at the game. So it makes it interesting for the rest of the game to see if that changes the philosophy for either of these offenses. A little bit of rain definitely makes it harder to throw the football. 2nd and 10 now, single back look. 1 wide receiver is Adam Thielen. Now with a man in motion, Bryce Young takes the snap. It's another handoff to Chuba Hubbard. Has some room and gets up to about the 31-yard line. That's J.J. Russell making the tackle in for the injured Levante David and Devin White. 3rd and 4 after the gain of 6. Yeah, we didn't mention that, but the Buccaneers missing some pieces on defense. Jamel Dean not going to be out there, and Levante David and Devin White. First time in a long time this Bucs defense hasn't had either of those guys out there. A lot of young talent today. 3rd and 4 out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers for Bryce Young. Chuba Hubbard in at running back. Play clock ticking. 4 seconds left. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up. Throws to the right. Has an Adam Thielen, who picks up the first down over there on the right sideline. Christian Izien in coverage there, just not able to keep up. And Adam Thielen has a big-time first down. Number 52, KJ Britt at the linebacker position, down for Tampa Bay. So it looks like he's up and walking off on his own, but it's going to be interesting because the Bucs are already very thin at the linebacker position. Dangerously thin. No Levante David. No Devin White. No Servassier Dennis. So you've got J.J. Russell and KJ Britt. Now KJ Britt's down. The run game for Carolina having some early success. It'll be interesting to see if they lean on it, especially with the rain falling now in Tampa Bay. But the broadcast taking a quick break. Seems like the Bucs, from what people are saying, are going to stay in their dime package And J.J. Russell going to be the lone linebacker on the field. We'll see if the Bucs play extra defensive backs, a couple of extra safeties on the field to avoid straining the already thin linebacker room, but not a big fan of it. Yeah, no James. I'll see if I can talk him into... You know what? Let me see if I can get him on the Zoom call real quick. Hold on. Maybe he's on his phone. Let me see here. We'll see if he gets this and he can say hello. Because I know he's at the game. I know he's got his phone. I just sent him an invite. Hopefully we can hear him and talk to him. That'd be awesome, actually. Get a little James appearance. We are back at Raymond James Stadium as the rain continues to fall. 3:53 left to go in the first quarter of this game. 1st and 10 now for Carolina. Only 22 yards today for the Carolina Panthers. Bucs have won the possession battle so far today and are the only team with points on the board as well. 7-0 Tampa Bay on top. Of Carolina looking to go to work after the Adam Thielen first down. KJ Britt in the medical tent being looked at for the Bucs, so his return going to be brought into question. And it's going to be play action. Bryce Young on 1st and 10 finds his tight end. That's Cook, who breaks a tackle and picks up some positive yardage. Not quite sure if it was a first down, but he steps out of bounds. He'll be well short of the first down marker. It'll be 2nd down, but a gain of a couple of yards there. I'm losing hope for James making an appearance. Maybe we could get him at halftime. I'm hoping we can get him at some point. 2nd and 4 now after the completion. Single back look for Young. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who has some room to the right side. Anthony Nelson drags him down, but not before he gets some first down yardage. Two and a half minutes left to go in the first quarter of this game. On 1st and 10, it's a single back look. 3 wide receivers in for Bryce Young. Now a man in motion, takes the snap. Play action, pressure coming, has to get the ball away. Fires over the middle, finds Adam Thielen for a big-time first down inside the 40-yard line of Tampa Bay. They will move the chains, and that's another big-time reception for Adam Thielen, the veteran. And a guy who honestly has been better for Carolina's offense than I thought he would be. He's been a safety blanket for them. And he comes up big right there on the first down conversion. 2 receptions and 18 yards for Adam Thielen. 1st and 10 now out of the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set and a man in motion. Takes the snap as Bryce Young. It's a handoff to Chuba Hubbard. Goes left, has a hole. Has a first down and then some, but luckily slips up on the turf. And he'll fall down at the 22-23-yard line now. And Carolina deep inside Tampa Bay territory following the big run there. Yeah, the Bucs are hurt at the linebacker position, and this run game has taken advantage. I'll be surprised how much more they try to throw the ball deep down the field. They may not have to ask Bryce Young to do very much. Here's another handoff on 1st and 10, but this is going to go nowhere, blown up in the backfield. Anthony Nelson, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, and the Buccaneers defense all over that one. Zion McCollum, the first guy there, stepping up today for an injured Jamel Dean, so you're going to get a heavy dose of the second-year corner And he makes a big-time play there to set up 2nd and 12. Out of the shotgun now is Bryce Young. Miles Sanders in the game at running back. 3 wide receiver set with a man in motion. Young takes the snap, quick pass to the right. It's caught at the first down marker. Carlton Davis is able to drop him, and it looks like they draw a late flag. I'm curious if this is going to be any type of roughness on Carlton Davis. Are you kidding me? This is going to be the softest call of the day if this is what I think it is. No way. So it's going to be a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Carlton Davis for throwing down the receiver at the end of the tackle there. They had blown the whistle, but he followed through with the tackle and still threw him down, and I guess they're going to throw the flag on that. Kind of surprised, but that's the kind of game it's going to be today, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here from Raymond James Stadium. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top of the NFC South rival Carolina Panthers, 7-0, and the defense looking for a big-time stop. And just an update on KJ Britt. Looks like they've taken out a cart to bring him back into the locker room, so his day is likely done. And again, we emphasize how thin the Bucs are at the linebacker position. Hopefully they can come up with a big-time stop here, but this is where you need the pass rush and basically every other facet of the defense to just step up today and have a big game. James sent me a picture. Here, I'll show you guys the picture that James sent me. An update from MrBucsNation live from the 300 section. This is his view for today. Sorry, I know it's not focusing very well. But James having a great time. Hopefully we can get him to check in here eventually, maybe halftime. I'm going to hold out hope for halftime. There's a look at KJ Britt being carted off. This is the 3rd season for the linebacker from Auburn at just 24 years old and needed a big game at the linebacker position today with the Bucs already ravaged from injuries on that defense. No Levante David, no Devin White, no Servassier Dennis, and now no KJ Britt. So a very tough situation for the Buccaneers linebacker core. We'll see what kind of adjustments Todd Bowles and the defense can make here as we get started in the second quarter. Bucs up 7-0, 1st and 10 for the Carolina Panthers deep in Buccaneers territory. We got over 200 people in here hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And it's a 3 wide receiver set for the Panthers. Out of the shotgun is Bryce Young. Chuba Hubbard back in the game. Takes the snap. Give it to Hubbard. He goes to the right. Stiff arms a Buccaneers tackler. And Carlton Davis lowers the shoulder to send him out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. So it's not quite first down yardage, but the Panthers are going to be set up inside the 5 on 2nd and short. Thank you, Roger. I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for being here. 2nd and 1 now from the Tampa Bay 3-yard line. Buccaneers backs up against the wall, three receivers in the game, and it's a pistol look for Bryce Young. Chuba Hubbard in the game takes the snap, looking for his receiver on a fade, and Carlton Davis in coverage, able to force that incompletion. Kind of an overthrow by Bryce Young. Looks like there was some error. Chuba Hubbard ran into Bryce Young after the snap. Maybe that threw him off. Maybe he thought there was pressure, but he kind of rushed to get rid of that football there, and it falls incomplete. Third and 1 out of the pistol. Two wide receivers with a tight end in motion. Young takes the snap, inside handoff to Chuba Hubbard, and the Bucs get him in the backfield. Ryan Neal off of the pressure. Wraps up Hubbard from behind, and the Bucs get a big-time stop on 3rd and 1. The NFL's best red zone defense comes up big, and the Bucs prevent a touchdown. It's 4th down. So the kick is up and good for Eddie Pinheiro, who is now 19 for 22 on field goals this season for Carolina. So 13:30 left to go in the first half of this game. Bucs up 7-3, and Baker Mayfield and the offense will get another crack at it when the broadcast comes back. Big time stop for the Buccaneers defense there. We talk over and over again about how thin they are in that linebacker room now with KJ Britt leaving the game. No Servassier Dennis. So you needed a big play from the defensive stars right there, and everybody's favorite, Ryan Neal, comes up and makes a big play in the backfield to prevent Chuba Hubbard from finding the end zone. And it wasn't even goal-to-go situation. All they needed was a yard to get another fresh set of downs. So a very important stop there for the Bucs. Yeah, believe it or not, Richard, best red zone defense in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not number 1, it's number 2 or 3. But the Bucs had the best red zone defense scoring percentage in the NFL. He hits like a linebacker and isn't great in coverage like a linebacker. That makes sense. That makes sense. If we win this game, even though Atlanta is up a game, we will play them again with the chance to win the tiebreaker. Yeah, of course. You got to win that game against Atlanta, and if you don't win that game, then you have to win every other division game you have, because you have Carolina today, you've got Carolina again in a couple of weeks, you've got the Saints again in a couple of weeks. You've already beat the Saints once, so that's going to be a really tough game. So if you don't beat Atlanta, you're going to have to beat everyone else. It's going to be competitive. How do you guys feel about Baker Mayfield so far this season? I know it's going to be an interesting afternoon for him because we talked about the rain as it continues to come down. And man, those stands have cleared out. Everybody went inside. That stadium is empty, man. But how do you guys feel about Baker Mayfield? Do you think he's played well enough to earn another contract? Is it too soon to tell? Does he have to play better down the stretch? Or is it not even going to matter because, you know, Todd Bowles may be fired and it doesn't matter if Baker plays well or not? So the kick goes up and out of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs will take over. A 3-1 start for the Bucs has since been a 1-6 stretch. Baker so far today, 3 for 7, 51 yards. It's a single back look. 2 wide receivers and a tight end now in motion is Cade Otton. Here is the snap. Hands it off to Chase Edmonds, who changes direction, makes a cut, breaks a tackle, and gets up to the 29-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 yards. Some solid running there. Second and 6 now for the Bucs. The rain continues to pour as the clock ticks below 13 minutes out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers now for Baker. Chase Edmonds still in the game. Baker takes the snap, floats it over to the sideline, and there's nobody there. I'm not sure if there was some miscommunication on where that receiver was supposed to be or if he was just throwing that ball to get rid of it, but regardless, it brings up 3rd and 6. There's some of the fans taking cover under jackets and ponchos and everything else you can imagine. Third and 6 now. Empty backfield after Chase Edmonds goes in motion. Carolina showing blitz, play clock ticking. Baker takes the snap. They bring the pressure. It's a screen pass to Chase Edmonds, who makes a move but slips up and only picks up about a yard or 2, so it'll be 4th down. The Bucs going to be forced to punt. Richard says, if we play too well down the stretch, we'll have no other choice but to give Mayfield a contract because we won't be able to draft one of the hotshot quarterbacks in April like Bo Nix. Brutal as Buck says, if we go with Baker, we will never be good enough to win anything meaningful. Ceiling way too low. Jake says, I think Baker is a good fit for Tampa Bay. Masenko says, Baker has the same ceiling as Jay Cutler. He just isn't the guy, in my opinion. And the Panthers will field the punt around the 26-yard line. So Bryce Young and the offense will take over in this rainy afternoon. Shark Mako says, I think a second year with Baker and Canales to gel together would be great. Tiki Fire says, depends on whether Bowles is here or not. Mikey Kelly says, 4 contract for Baker Mayfield, 3-year extension for Bowles. 4-year contract for Baker Mayfield, 3-year extension for Bowles. That's a hot take, Mikey. That might be a very, very controversial take. Bucs offense looking like the Seahawks offense from Thursday. If you're talking about their game in Dallas, might be giving them a lot of credit. We'll see what happens. The rain, I think the rain is really going to mess up a lot of plans the Bucs had on offense today, that's for sure. Couple of guys already slipping and sliding. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Brandon. The Seahawks offense was looking great. Probably their best game of the year on Thursday. They really brought it to Dallas, considering how good Dallas's defense has been. That was a compliment if you're saying the Bucs are playing like that today. If they were playing like that, it'd be 17-0 today. I'm wondering why the Bucs don't take a lot of deep shots. Are they not confident in their pass protection? I have noticed they haven't really pushed the ball down the field, but I think these last couple of weeks, Baker's just been feeling the pressure more in the pocket. So maybe that takes away his desire to chuck the ball downfield. But I can tell you today, the reason they're not doing it is just the rain. I mean, it's not a light drizzle. It's a sloppy rain out there. So when you're playing with that much water on the field, it definitely makes things interesting. Three wide receiver set out of the shotgun for Bryce Young and a man in motion. Chuba Hubbard on his hip. From the 26, takes the snap, play action, fires to the sideline. That is caught. It's number 15 for a short gain. I wish I knew his name. Jonathan Mingo. Thank you. Second and 6 now after the short game. Another three wide receiver set. Mingo, the man in motion for Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Moving left to right, takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who has room and fights ahead for about 5 yards. My correction, that is Miles Sanders in at running back now for the Panthers, not Chuba Hubbard. Miles Sanders, who played for the Eagles last year. When you talk to Panthers fans, they say Sanders has been somewhat underwhelming this year, but he's one of those backs that he makes plays in bursts. You know, he'll have a big 20, 25-yard reception late in the game, but he hasn't been that great overall for them. Curious to see if he sticks around next year. Big time third down. Adam Thielen, the man in motion, out of the shotgun on 3rd and 1. It's a handoff to Sanders, and he is wrapped up. The entire Buccaneers defensive line is all over it, led by Antoine Winfield Jr. So that's Yaya Diaby, big number 31. And the rest of the Buccaneers D-line able to wrap him up. J.J. Russell involved as well, and the Bucs will make it 4th and 4. Devin Tompkins out there now as Hecker going to punt this one away for Carolina. Good stop for the Bucs. And the offense will get another shot. Here is Johnny Hecker on the punt, kicks it away. And Devin Tompkins will field this about the 20-yard line. Signals for a fair catch and then gets up and runs. He did that last week, and I don't think that's a rule. I don't think there's a rule against it, but I'm curious why he does that. Missing all our linebackers is really hurting us in the defense and run defense. You are correct, Brandon. A couple of big-time plays in the backfield, but hopefully the adjustments they make are going to do more good down the stretch. So the Bucs are rotating rookie Kayvon Merriweather in for D. Delaney at safety, which could help them against the run. It's going to be a lot of personnel changes for the rest of this one. You're going to have a lot of safety stepping up, playing in the box. A lot of plays out of the dime package where you've only got one linebacker on the field. Where is MrBucsNation? Ernest, he will be back next week for the game day stream. James is at the game today, so he was not able to jump on here for the stream today. I'm going to be filling in for him. And don't forget, guys, if you want to hang out after the game over on the Cannon Fire Podcast YouTube channel, Win, Lose, or Draw, we will be live taking your phone calls and reacting to the game. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate it. The rain continues to fall as Baker Mayfield out there from the 23 on 1st and 10 takes the snap, pressure coming, steps up, finds Rachaad White, who cannot hang on. That ball hits him right in the hands, and he just drops it. Again, the rain going to be affecting a lot of the plans the Bucs had, especially in the pass game. Man, oh man. Yeah, just a slop down there in Raymond James Stadium today. The rain continues to pour. Single back look for the Bucs, 2 wide receivers. Baker under center. O'Keefe, the man in motion, takes the snap. It's an inside handoff to Rachaad White, who runs directly into the defensive line for Carolina. He picks up maybe a yard now, 3rd down. Third and 8 for Tampa Bay. 9.5 minutes left to go in the first half of this football game, and Rachaad White kind of favoring his back. Maybe got shaken up after that play, but he will remain in the game. And guys are losing equipment. Mike Evans takes the gloves off. Can see a couple of other receivers take the gloves off. On 3rd and 8, out of the shotgun now. Baker has time in the pocket, launches it deep. And it's going to be pass interference on Carolina. I think that's why Baker chucked it in that direction. Jackson was all over Mike Evans, and the Bucs could get a big-time 1st down. Yeah, you can't do that. Kind of the same thing he was doing in the end zone to warrant the call earlier. There's a lot of ways you can cover Mike Evans, and that's not going to be one of them. There's a lot of ways you can cover Mike Evans, and there's not a lot of guys in the NFL who have figured it out. Let's not forget that as well. What? Wait. Hold on. What was the call? Because they're coming off of the field. I thought the Bucs got a 1st down. Now it's 4th and 8. Hold on now. Let me take a look here and see if I can get an official ruling. There's no flag. So they picked up the flag. They threw the flag and they picked it up. And so now it's 4th and 8. Bucs punt this one away. Fielded at the 20-yard line by Carolina. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss. And he is still running with the football down to the 44-yard line. So some solid field position for Carolina. Wow, that was interesting. I'm not really sure what they saw and they didn't see. Okay, offensive pass interference, my mistake. So they pick the flag up anyways. A lot of contact, but they deem it fit to be no call. So the Bucs will punt it away after the incompletion on 4th and 8. And a solid return for Carolina has Bryce Young and the offense set up right around midfield when they come back from break. The Panthers money line. No, I didn't. I don't like betting on football that much anymore, if I'm honest with you guys. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. Overs in the NFL are brutal, man. They are tough. If I'm going to bet on football, I like betting on college football, but basketball is where I make a lot of my money. Is it time to put Trask in? I don't know if Trask will be throwing the ball much better in this rainstorm. I'm not too sure. Refs in the rain working against us today. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it could have been a call. Apparently, either way. I didn't see OPI. Other people saw OPI. So, it is what it is. No call. Rain is the great equalizer. We got to run the ball more, says Tony. Agreed. Going to be interesting to see the workload given to Rachaad White to end this game. But for right now, the Panthers have it on offense. Glad you're here. Glad you're here, Mikey. Be safe. Mikey, are you at the game? First and 10 now. Bryce Young out of the shotgun for Carolina. 3 wide receiver set. Ryan Neal at linebacker for the Bucs. It's going to be an inside handoff to Miles Sanders, who has some room on the edge. Picks up about 8 yards. Will be brought down around the sideline. Set up second and short. Second and 2 for Carolina. 85 total yards today. 5 first downs. Bryce Young out of the shotgun with a man in motion. 3 wide receivers. Inside handoff to Sanders, still in the game, and he picks up a first down. Ryan Neal comes up, makes the tackle, but not in time, as a gain of 3 yards is all it takes. KJ Britt now confirmed out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a back injury. He will miss the remainder of today's game. Bucs are down to J.J. Russell as their only healthy linebacker. So look for a lot of those guys in the secondary to take some snaps as a linebacker in this Buccaneers defense. On first and 10, it's another inside handoff out of the shotgun to Miles Sanders, who tries to juke around some defenders, but he isn't able to do it. Yaya Diaby, the first one to bring him down. A gain of maybe 1. Second and 8 out of the shotgun. Miles Sanders still in it, running back. 2 receivers and a tight end in the game. Young takes the snap, play action, has time, pocket collapsing, and he throws the ball. That's a live ball. Curious if they call it a fumble or an incomplete pass, but regardless, it bounces all the way out of bounds, and it'll bring up 3rd and 8. Oh, well, that's a backwards pass. Could very well be a fumble. And it could be a challenge for Todd Bowles, but we know how Todd Bowles is in throwing the challenge flag. We'll see if he does it here. Nope, just calls a timeout. So we're going to lose a timeout regardless, but we could have lost a timeout while throwing the challenge flag and potentially getting a better ruling on the field. But that's all right, Todd. I know you like hanging on to those timeouts, so I'm not going to upset you. Talking it over with the officials here. 7:09 left to go in the first half of this game, and they'll play the replay again. That's 100% a backwards pass from Bryce Young. They didn't blow the whistle, and they let it roll all the way out of bounds. So the ruling is 3rd and 8. The Bucs could challenge this and get a better ruling. Yeah, I mean, it's like they're begging Todd Bowles to challenge this, and he just hasn't thrown the flag. You know, the official is almost talking him into it on the sidelines over there. Doesn't look like there's any indication the Bucs are going to throw the challenge flag on this play, but the refs are taking all the time in the world to review what just happened. There is no foul on the play. The quarterback threw the ball backwards. So no challenge from the Bucs, and the Panthers will move back just a bit here and set up a long 3rd and long. Seven minutes and rolling here in the second quarter as we finally get back up to speed in this football game. 3rd and 19. After the backwards pass from Bryce Young out of the shotgun now. 4 wide receiver set for Carolina. The Bucs showing blitz. And they bring the pressure. Here it comes. Quick pass from Young. It's complete to number 15, who is breaking tackles left and right, has a couple of blockers, but runs into the rest of that Buccaneers defense right on the midfield logo. He'll be well short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th and long. Sorry. Tiki Fire, I'm trying not to crack. You know, my patience is running thin with old Todd here. Especially when it comes to throwing the challenge flag. But it was a 3rd and 19 anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Johnny Hecker back in the game to kick this one away. His 3rd punt of the day on 4th and 10. Devin Tompkins in the backfield to receive for Tampa Bay. The kick is up and away, and it'll get a good bounce at the 10-yard line. The Panthers catch it and field it right around the 7. So Baker Mayfield and the Bucs going to get started deep in their own territory when we come back from the TV commercial break. Yeah, the Panthers are doing a lot of Panther things so far to keep Tampa Bay in this game. I know the rain has definitely helped and hurt both teams, but the Bucs just at some point going to have to step up and be the difference makers in today's game. Because on paper, they are the better team, but you got to go out there and prove that at some point today. Still with a 7-3 lead, the offense was moving the ball well before the rain came down, but it looks like it does seem to be slowing down, so maybe it'll clean up the field just a bit. Baker out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Devin Tompkins, the man in motion. 2 wide receiver set. Takes the snap, inside handoff to Rachaad White, who is swallowed up. Gets maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down now. Second and 9, 5 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the first half of this game. Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun. Rachaad White on his hip. 2 wide receiver set. Cade Otton, the man in motion. Bucs moving right to left. It's going to be another inside handoff to Rachaad White, who fights ahead for maybe a yard. And the Bucs fans beginning to boo. 3rd and 8 now after 2 straight inside carries for the Bucs pinned deep in their own territory. The clock will continue to roll. 10 carries already for Rachaad White, 27 yards and a touchdown, the lone touchdown in today's game. But the Bucs going to need a big-time play here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Baker with a 3 wide receiver bunch to his right. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Fires to the right side. It's caught. Mike Evans. And it's a 1st down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans lined up in the slot there. Makes a big-time play. And moves the chains for Tampa Bay. Or maybe not in the slot, but he lines up out of that bunch formation with 3 wide receivers, and he makes a catch in the slot. But it's a 1st down now for the Bucs. 3 wide receivers. Chris Godwin, the man in motion. Baker out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Inside handoff to Rachaad White, who gets about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Second and 9 now for Tampa Bay from the 23-yard line, trying to get out of their own territory. Single back look, 2 wide receivers. No Mike Evans on the field. Rachaad White, the back in this game, still takes the snap. It's a handoff to White, who spins away a tackler in the backfield and runs over to the right sideline. Picks up about 5 yards. One of the more impressive 5-yard carries you will see in the NFL, but a way to make something out of nothing there from the second-year running back. Yeah, just enough of a block from the big tight end, Cade Otton. And he sets the edge for Rachaad White to pick up positive yardage. 3rd and 3 now for the Bucs. Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Chris Godwin looks like he lost a shoe or a hand warmer. Regardless, takes the snap. Baker throws it deep, looking for Mike Evans, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods, one-on-one coverage with Mike Evans. Baker just kind of floats it up there, and it gives the defender plenty of time to look it in and make a big-time play for Carolina and set them up with positive field position. And the boos continue in Tampa Bay as the offense will come off of the field. Yeah, that's just not a great pass right there. I know you're looking for Mike Evans over the top, but yeah, I might have rushed that throw. So the 4th straight game with an interception for Baker Mayfield. It's the first turnover of the day for either of these teams. And it comes on a deep ball attempt to Mike Evans, who cannot make the play. 1st and 10 now from their own 40-yard line, right around midfield for the Panthers, moving left to right. 3 wide receivers and a tight end in for Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, pressure coming, rolls out, trying to get away from Buccaneers pressure, and he throws it away. But the Buccaneers defenders able to get there and bring him down, so it will be 2nd and 10. That's Kalijah Cansey bringing the pressure. The NFC Defensive Rookie Player of the Month for November. So Bryce Young going to be flagged for intentional grounding. It'll set up 2nd and 25. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the first half of this game. 2nd and 25 is not favorable. We'll see if the Bucs defense can make a big-time stop and give the offense another chance with the football to try and do something before halftime here. But some good field position for Carolina gets wiped away. They'll take it from the 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun now. 3 wide receivers and a tight end out there. It's going to be a handoff to the right side. Chuba Hubbard looking for a hole. And he does not get one. Brought down by Marquise Watts. He'll get a gain of maybe 2 yards. 3rd and 22. So we have reached the 2-minute warning from Raymond James Stadium. The rain continues to fall, and both of the offense look pretty lackluster so far since the rain has started in Tampa Bay. But we'll see if the Bucs can come up big here on 3rd down and give the offense another shot with the football before the end of the first half. And maybe, just maybe, at halftime we can get a check-in with either Evan or James. Trying to talk James into coming on here at halftime for at least a couple of minutes because he can join a Zoom call on his phone. Don't forget, guys, after the game, win, lose, or draw, we're going to be going live on the Cannon Fire Podcast YouTube channel for our post-game reaction and call-in show. We get to talk to you guys every Sunday after the game and get your reactions to the latest on all things Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield so far today, 5 for 13, 66 yards and an interception. 40 of those yards came on one deep ball to Mike Evans. And it is wet conditions, but not a great start for Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense today, which is unfortunate because before the rain came down on the first 2 drives of the game, they were cooking. I'm not sure what they were cooking. One of those drives resulted in a touchdown for Rachaad White from just a couple of yards away. But regardless, they were cooking and moving the ball pretty well. That has come to a complete stop since the rain has started. But looking for a big stop is this Buccaneers defense on 3rd and 22. Here come the Panthers and Bryce Young on 3rd and forever. 3 wide receiver set with a man in motion. It's an inside handoff to Miles Sanders, who trips and falls. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, that's Blackshear. Excuse me. That's not even Miles Sanders there. So the play clock will stop after a little bit of confusion at the end of the play there. It'll be 4th and 16. The Buccaneers defense comes up big, gets the stop, but Todd Bowles does have to burn a timeout. So the Bucs will have 2 timeouts, and the offense gets the ball back with 1:46. All right, so we got an update from James. He said he would join us, but he cannot move. Here is what he is dealing with at the game. That's all the water falling down through the stands. James checking in live from the game here. So the lucky hoodie and the official check-in from our boy James. Really taking one for the team, sitting up there in the 300 section, getting absolutely rained on. All right, 1st and 10 now for the Bucs, coming out with a chance to extend their lead. 1:41 left to go. 2 timeouts. Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Takes the snap. Has time. Throws to the left. Has Mike Evans on the sideline. Makes the catch and gets the Buccaneers first down yardage. He'll get out of bounds and stop the clock with 1:35 after a gain of 12. 4 receptions and 70 yards on the day for Mike Evans. 80 yards left until he hits that coveted 1,000-yard mark on the season. Baker Mayfield, a quick pass on 1st and 10. Hits Trey Palmer on the far sideline, and he picks up about 7 yards. Does not get out of bounds, so the clock will continue to roll. 1:25 now, and the Bucs hurry up to the line. 2nd and 4. Bucs out of the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set, 1 tight end. Baker takes the snap, has time, clean pocket, fires to the sideline, looking for Trey Palmer again, and that one falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Oh, I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus. The phone messed up my focus. We'll fix that here in a minute. 3rd and 4 now for the Bucs. Trying to get in at least field goal position to give Chase McLaughlin a chance here with 1:13 left to go in the first half. 3 wide receiver bunch. Baker out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. Pump fakes. He's going to try and run. Rolls to the right side of the pocket. Finally lets it go, and he finds Trey Palmer, who makes a catch, but there is going to be a flag, and this might be coming back. So it's a 14-yard gain as it sits right now. We'll see what the flag is. 2 fouls on the play. Both of them on the offense. Holding on Luke Gedeke. That penalty is declined. Pass interference on number 88. That penalty is accepted. 10-yard. It'll bring up 3rd down. So it's pass interference on Cade Otton. So the problem is Cade Otton thought Baker was going to tuck it and run when he was running around the pocket. So Cade Otton engaged in a block, and Baker still threw the ball, so it's going to be OPI every time. 3rd and 14. So a 3rd and 4 turns into a 3rd and 14. The Bucs looking at a much tougher conversion with 1:05 left to go. Empty backfield now. 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end. Baker could be an offsides on Carolina or a Tampa Bay false start, but I think Carolina jumped. Oh, the Bucs are moving back. This could be a false start. Just a bad team. Just bad mistakes. I mean, one mistake snowballs into several, and here we are looking at 3rd and mile. This is not what good football teams do. This is not what above-average football teams do. I'd argue this is not even what average football teams do. But against a 1-10 Carolina Panthers team, the Bucs cannot get out of their own way. So now it is 3rd and 19. 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Rachaad White, the running back, out of the shotgun. Baker takes the snap, avoiding pressure in the pocket, gets the pass off. It's a check down to Rachaad White, who is tackled pretty quickly after making that catch, and he'll pick up only a handful of yards. It'll be 4th and forever. And now Carolina able to stop the clock with 57 seconds left. So a Jake Camarda punt, and the Panthers will have plenty of time and a couple of timeouts to work on the offensive side of the ball. Oh, man. I wonder if I can fix this focus here. That's going to drive me crazy. Oh, that just made it worse. There we go. We're back in action. 4th and 13. The 4th punt of the day for Jake Camarda to round out the first half here. Deep out of Bucs territory. Kick is up and away. And they'll call for the fair catch at the 25-yard line. So Carolina going to set up shop with 53 seconds left to go and 1 timeout. Bryce Young looking to work and get the Panthers back into this game. Bucs still ahead 7-3, but the rain has made it difficult for both of these offenses here in the first half, especially in the second quarter. Have we won a game since we wore the creamsicle jerseys? Asks good old Ed. We won the Titans game. That was it. The Bucs are 1-6. Aside from that, out of the shotgun, it's an inside handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who picks up some positive yardage. 8 yards on the carry out of the shotgun. Oh, Chuba Hubbard, Canadian. Didn't know that. But now it is 2nd and 3. 35 seconds left to go, and the Panthers approaching midfield. Takes the snap. Young looking to pass. Fires deep towards down the sideline. And DJ Chark with a big-time catch. One of the bigger offensive plays of the day for the Carolina Panthers. He gets the first down, and the Panthers are across midfield. 29 seconds left to go. I guess he stopped the clock, which is kind of a generous spot there, but it is what it is. 1st and 10 now from the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay. Longest play of the day for Carolina. Out of the shotgun now. 3 wide receivers. Bryce Young back to pass. Going sideline and overthrows Jonathan Mingo. That pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. .24 seconds left to go in the first half following the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10 out of the shotgun. Adam Thielen out of the slot, 3 wide receivers and a tight end in this game for Carolina. Young takes the snap. Bucs bring the pressure. Pump fakes. Fires to the left. Finds his man, DJ Chark, for a gain of 4. He'll run out of bounds and stop the clock. It'll be 3rd and short with 19 seconds left to go. Third and 6 now. Big time 3rd down. The Panthers not quite in field goal territory. At least clean field goal territory, as they are right around midfield from the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Bryce Young takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Tries to get away. He's going to tuck it and run to the left. He'll go and get first down yardage. There is a flag down, so we'll see who this is against. And if it's against Carolina, which I think it is, it's going to be holding on Justin McCray, the guard, number 67. And that's going to be a costly penalty. It knocks him out of field goal range for the time being. Still have enough time to run a play or two and 1 timeout. But 11 seconds left to go is going to set up a 3rd and 16 from the opposite 48-yard line. Carolina set to receive the second half kickoff, by the way, after deferring at the beginning of the game. 3rd and 16 out of the shotgun. 4 receivers. Young takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Looking to get away. He breaks a tackle. Fires downfield. And it is almost intercepted by Antoine Winfield Jr. Couldn't quite hang on, but a good enough pass deflection to force 4th and 16. And they have no choice but to either punt or take a knee. I assume they punt, but only 3 seconds left to go in this first half. It may as well be over. Yeah, they're going to leave the offense on the field. Looks like they're just going to try and run this thing down and send these teams into the locker room. No use in getting a punt off there. So the Bucs playing respect to the deep ball. 3 defenders all the way back towards the goal line out of the shotgun. Looks like a Hail Mary attempt. They're just going to chuck it. And that's going to go out of bounds. So the final play in the half will be an incomplete pass. And the Panthers will head to the locker room down 7-3. Not a lot of offense at all from either of these teams here in the second quarter after a pretty good start from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The field should be drier in the second half as the rain has seemingly stopped. But it's going to be interesting. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lead the Carolina Panthers at half, 7-3. We'll take a look at your game leaders. Bryce Young, 8 for 15, 66 yards. Baker Mayfield, 8 for 17, 89 yards, and the costly interception. Chuba Hubbard running the ball fairly well for Carolina, 11 carries and 53 yards. Rachaad White, 12 carries, 34 yards, and that touchdown, the lone touchdown in today's game. DJ Chark, 2 catches for 26 yards, and Mike Evans, your leading receiver, 4 receptions for 69 yards. I thought it was 70, but I guess it is 69. The Buccaneers, as of halftime, have a 71.4% chance of winning this football game. But we all know how things tend to go in the NFL, so hopefully the Bucs can play good enough football and bring this thing home in the second half. They do lead the yardage competition, 142 yards to Carolina's 130. They also lead the turnover margin, 1 turnover on the day to Carolina's none, 8 first downs to 7 first downs, Tampa Bay on top. The time of possession battle has not quite shaken out the way you would think. Carolina has had the ball more, 15 minutes and 26 seconds of that first half to the Bucs, 14-34. There is the injury report. All the players not in today for the Bucs. Keyshawn Vaughn, inactive. Servassier Dennis at linebacker inactive. Devin White, Levante David inactive at the linebacker position. And then KJ Britt added to that list already today after going down in that first quarter. So there it is, your first half of play. I've seen a lot of ugly football, and I can tell you one thing. That was some ugly football. Big-time NFC matchup over in Philly, San Francisco, and the Eagles. Keeping it close, 7-6, a low-scoring effort in that game as well as they approach halftime. The Browns and the Rams. Big-time touchdown from our receiver, Puka, to put the Rams up on top, 10-7. Joe Flacco, though, pretty solid day, 10 for 17, 114 yards and a touchdown for Cleveland, his first game with them. Houston gets the win in the AFC over the Denver Broncos, 22-17. And it's a late game interception to seal the victory. So a lot of good football going on in Houston. In overtime, the Colts and the Titans, they duke it out. Gardner Minshew finds his man Michael Pittman for the game-winning touchdown, 31-28. 31-28, that doesn't seem right if it was overtime. Maybe they showed the wrong score there. 6-0 is the final score in New England as the Chargers come out on top. Bailey Zappi, 13 for 25, 141 yards. Looks like that offense doesn't quite work with Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi involved. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Bill Belichick. After the rain delay, the Arizona Cardinals embarrass the Steelers at home, a game that not a lot of people saw coming. Dolphins Commanders, big time day for Tua and the Dolphins, 45-15. And there's Tyreek Hill doing his thing, man. Another week in a row and a long touchdown. Tua goes 18 for 24, 280 yards and a touchdown. Falcons at the Jets. This was an interesting game. Starts early with a New York Jets safety. And then in the second quarter, Desmond Ridder finds his tight end in the end zone. And they win that game 13-8. The Lions at the Saints. This was a good game. It was a late game surge by the Saints, but too little too late. The Lions come out on top, and their defense holds on to win this one 33-28. So the Saints fall to 5-7, and the Falcons now have sole possession of the NFC South with a 6-6 record. So again, we emphasize the importance of a win today for the Bucs. 6 games left on the season, 4 of those being division games. So the NFC South, as ugly as it is, still anybody's division between New Orleans, Atlanta, and Tampa Bay. Yeah, Bo Flex, very interesting point about Chris Godwin. We know that he hasn't quite been the same player this year, whether it's due to a lack of targets or anything else, but it's important to mention he has been playing through an injury, and wonder how much of a pain tolerance issue it is for him. He did have a big-time drop in the first quarter, which is unlike Chris Godwin. Last week, he had his first drop of the season. All season. Took 10-plus weeks for him to drop a football, and unfortunately it happened last week, but we'll see if he can bounce back here at the end of the regular season for Tampa Bay. Yeah, 0 catches, 1 target today. Could be Godwin's worst year statistically, aside from maybe his rookie season. But even then, I think he may have been balling. We need to tank for draft capital. We are struggling against the worst team in the NFL. There will be no tanking. For anyone who hopes that happens, unfortunately, you're going to be disappointed. Teams don't play to tank. This is these guys' livelihoods. You know, they're not going to go out there and purposefully lose a game because they think it's going to help the team, especially when there's a lot of guys out there who may not even be here next year. So why would they go lose a game to help a team that they may not even be on? There's not a lot of reasons the Bucs should go out there and try and lose this game today. It is a pretty boring game, though, Mikey. I'll give you that. This thing has been a slog today. Carolina will get the ball to start the second half, so we'll get another look at Bryce Young and that offense as they won the coin toss at the beginning of the game and deferred to the second half. Have to show the league that we're a serious franchise. Pay Evans and fire Bowles before season ends. I think they're going to pay Mike Evans, but if they do fire Todd Bowles, I don't think it's going to be until after the season is over. I think if they have plans to fire Todd Bowles, you might hear it being reported a couple of weeks before the final game. But let's not forget, the Bucs let Raheem Morris lose 10 games in a row. The Glazers let Raheem Morris lose 10 games in a row before they let him go after that season. So I think realistically, Todd Bowles, if he's ultimately going to get the axe, it's going to be after the regular season is over. Because if the Bucs lose today, I mean, then that's definitely it for Todd Bowles. I still don't think there's a chance that he's fired in season. But if the Bucs lose today, and Evan has said this on our podcast, I will echo what he said. But if the Bucs lose today, Todd Bowles, his chance of being fired, it isn't 0. I'll give you that. But I still don't think they do it till after the season is over. So they faked me out. I thought we were coming back for the second half, but I guess not. They just brought me back, showed me some highlights, and then reminded me that they're going to go back to another commercial break. Who would be interim coach if Bowles was to get fired? That is a good question. I know a lot of people, the quick answer is going to be Dave Canales, but I think it would probably be one of the co-defensive coordinators, neither Casey Rogers or Larry Foote. That's who I think it would be. Right, Tony, but the Bucs still have co-defensive coordinators, so he can be an assistant head coach and a co-defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. So I believe the co-defensive coordinators for Tampa Bay are still Casey Rogers and Larry Foote. But if he's an assistant head coach, then that kind of furthers my point that he might be the first guy they go to if they move on from Bowles. But I don't think they will. I still don't think that's going to be in the cards for them. In season. I don't think it's going to be in the cards for them in season. I think postseason, it's a different conversation. So back here at Raymond James Stadium for the second half of this game, the sun has gone down and the rain has seemingly stopped. The Bucs on top 7-3, but the Panthers going to receive the ball to start the second half here. James checking in says, guys, it's cold. I'm drenched because I never went inside during the rain, and I don't want to get food because I don't want to miss a moment. The Bucs better win, or I riot. I would love to see the guys come through and win this game for James up there. Yeah, get you a $30 hamburger, says Miguel. Agreed. Jake Camarda set to kick this thing off for Tampa Bay. Blackshear back deep to receive for Carolina. And the third quarter from Raymond James Stadium is officially underway as this kick is up and away. It'll be fielded. Ooh, that was a mistake. Blackshear touches the football. Ooh, he got very lucky. That wasn't a mistake. That ball, after he touched it, looked like it had hit the pylon and stayed in bounds, but I guess since it did hit the pylon after he touched it, it is a touchback. So a couple inches away from a costly mistake. Regardless, the Panthers are going to get the football here. Oh, yeah, hot chocolate. It'll be a $15 hot chocolate if you buy it from the stadium. So Ryan Neal and the rest of the safeties, they talked to Todd Bowles at halftime, and seemingly the Bucs have a linebacker room made up of one linebacker in J.J. Russell and a couple of safeties. Ryan Neal leading the way. Here is an inside handoff to Chuba Hubbard to start the third quarter, and he'll be brought down quickly by Yaya Diaby, the rookie. Second and 8 now. Two wide receiver set and a tight end. Out of the pistol is Bryce Young. Chuba Hubbard, the back. From the 27-yard line, takes the snap. It's a handoff to Chuba Hubbard and Logan Hall, the big interior defensive lineman, second-year defensive lineman for Tampa Bay, makes the play in the backfield there. 3rd and 11. The clock will continue to roll. Under 14 minutes now in the third quarter of play. Four wide receiver set. Adam Thielen out of the slot now. The Panthers moving right to left. Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Chuba Hubbard in the game. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Fires. And that pass is incomplete. Carlton Davis in coverage. 4th and 11. So a big-time 3 and out for the Buccaneers defense to start the second half of this game, which you love to see. There hasn't been much of anything on the offensive side of the ball for Carolina, and you'd like to keep it that way. Good coverage by Tampa Bay. They were draped all over that one. Johnny Hecker out now to kick this one away deep out of Panthers territory. Here is the snap, the hold, the kick is up. And not a great punt. It'll bounce around the 40-yard line and be caught right around the 35. So the Bucs get decent field position here as Baker Mayfield going to get his hands on the football for the first time in the second half of today's game. It's been tough sledding for both of these offenses today. Going to be interesting to see if the Bucs can find any momentum here in the third quarter and later on in the fourth quarter as they try to put this Panthers team away. Still have the lead, 7-3. You got to extend it at some point. I know Carolina is not a potent offense by any means, but I don't know if 7 points is quite going to be enough to put them away. So the defense has made the plays so far in the third quarter that it's needed to. But you need this pass game to get going, or the run game. I mean, you just need anything on the offense to get going for the Bucs. It's been a dormant second quarter ever since the rain started. But the field is drier now. The rain has stopped. So you're going to have to figure something out. BK, have it your way. Whopper, 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 whopper. Whopper, 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 whopper. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today on the MrBucsNation Week 13 game day live stream for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. I know it hasn't necessarily been an action-packed game, but I am still grateful to be here hanging out with you guys and getting a chance to call the game. Don't forget, after the game, win, lose, or draw, we will be live over on the Cannon Fire Podcast YouTube channel for our post-game reaction call-in show. We're going to break down everything from the game and, of course, hear your reactions as you can give us a call and talk to me and my co-host, Evan. Should be a good show. Looking forward to it. Always love hearing from you guys. First and 10 now for the Bucs, and pretty decent field position taken over from their own 38-yard line. Baker now takes the snap out of the shotgun, pump fakes, still running around the pocket, trying to find some room. He's trying to tuck it and run, but he just chucks that thing away. Good coverage downfield by Carolina. Not a lot of options there for Baker, and he tries to extend the play, but just not a lot of running room either. So it'll be second and 10. Baker today, 8 for 18, 89 yards, and that interception earlier. Second and 10, single back look, Baker under center, 2 wide receiver set and a tight end. It's going to be a handoff to Rachaad White, who gets stopped at the line of scrimmage on second and 10. So here comes third and 10. Third and 9, excuse me. San Francisco leading the Eagles 14-6 at halftime from Philly. And the Bucs looking for a big-time conversion here on third and 9. 4 for 9 on third down conversions today. Baker out of the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set, and Cade Otton, the tight end in motion, now out of the slot. Takes the snap, has time, pressure coming, fires over the middle, and it's just short for Mike Evans, who was wide open. I mean, as wide open as he has been all day. Oh, man. Yeah, Baker's just got to get that ball there. Not a good throw. That's the look you've been waiting for. It's a first down. It's the best player on the offense, and just not able to get the ball to him. So it falls incomplete, and the Bucs will punt this thing away. It gets a bounce inside the 5, but rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers once again. This game still 7-3 with 12:30 left to go in the third quarter. Oh, goodness gracious. Back in Raymond James Stadium as we continue the second half of this game, looking at some highlights. There's the big 40-yard reception from Mike Evans earlier to set up a Rachaad White touchdown, and some more defensive highlights from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know we talk a lot about Baker Mayfield and we talk a lot about the offense so far today, but the defense has played well. Against a seemingly not great unit, they have made the stops that they have needed to so far, and it doesn't look like Carolina has done too much damage. But obviously, they're going to need to stop on this drive here. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Bryce Young under center. It's going to be a false start on the right guard for Carolina, so they're going to be going backwards. 1st and 10 turns into 1st and 15 after the false start on Nash Jensen, the right guard for Carolina. That's what I just said. That's what I just said. I didn't say they were an impressive unit. 1st and 15 now. Single back look. 3 wide receivers in the game. Bryce Young under center. Miles Sanders, the running back. Here is the snap. Play action rollout. Will Golston not able to keep up, and he'll find his receiver. Mingo makes the catch 5 yards downfield, and a swarm of Bucs able to bring him down. Chaos Card says, hopefully the Bucs can win this game for my birthday. Just turned 27. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your day regardless of the outcome of this game, but would love to see a Buccaneers win. I'm right there with you. Yeah, good thing they flexed this game into prime time. Good point, Enoch. 2nd and 5 after the 10-yard gain. Under center is Bryce Young with 3 receivers, now with a man in motion. Single back look, Miles Sanders in the game. Here is a handoff to Sanders. Finds some room to the right, but doesn't get too much. Picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and short. Third and 2. Big time 3rd down coming up for Carolina on their first possession of the second half. 11 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter, and the Bucs need a big time stop on 3rd and 2. Carlton Davis lined up as an edge rusher here. And man coverage, he'll shadow Adam Thielen, who is the man in motion out of the shotgun. Young takes the snap, pressure coming, and the Bucs pass rush gets there. Antoine Winfield Jr., the best safety in the NFL, makes a big-time play for the Buccaneers defense on 3rd down. 4th and 11. Why is our best pass rusher a safety? It's a loss of 9 yards, and now on 4th and 11, Hecker out to punt yet again. Deep out of Panthers territory, this kick is up and away across midfield. The fair catch caught at the 31-yard line by Devin Tompkins. So some solid field position for this Buccaneers offense. Still yet to find any momentum here over the 2nd and 3rd quarter, but we'll see if they can do it when they get the ball back here momentarily. Obviously, you want to see the pass game get going again on this drive. Hasn't been much of anything from Baker Mayfield. I know we talked about the rain earlier, but there's no excuse at this point. You had a Mike Evans wide open on the last drive, and you could not hit him. Just have to find some positive momentum on this drive here. Your defense is keeping you in the game. They're doing their job. The Uber's going to be so mad when I get in his car. It's like I jumped in the ocean, says James. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy if you got in my car, especially soaking wet, dude. All over my seats. Definitely looks like a game between two bad teams today, John. Well put. I'll be right back. I'm going to put my phone on the charger. So stand by. Don't go anywhere. We will return. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. On first down, 1st and 10, the Bucs take a deep shot. Baker Mayfield overthrows his receiver. It's nearly intercepted, but it does fall and hit the ground. Had to get my phone on the charger. Sorry about that, guys. But we are back. 2nd and 10 now for the Bucs. 10:04 left to go in the third quarter of this game. Baker Mayfield, empty backfield look. So it's going to be a pass. Takes the snap, pressure coming, steps up, pump fakes, trying to get away, directing traffic. It is caught by Devin Tompkins, who gets a modest gain of about 4 yards. Sets up 3rd and manageable. Amazon Next Gen Stats talking about how wide open Mike Evans has been today, averaging 2.2 yards of separation. That's 6.5 feet. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Baker takes the snap. Pressure coming. He cannot get away. Marquise Haynes, the interior D lineman, gets the first sack of the day for the Carolina Panthers. Just the interior pressure there. That's Tristan Wirfs giving up a sack, which you really do not see that often. So down he goes on 3rd down, 4th and 14. The Bucs come up empty on offense again as Jake Camarda kicks this one away. And they'll get a bounce. It'll be fielded around the 30-yard line. And Keefe able to help bring the returner down at the 35-yard line. Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers offense going to get another shot at it as they are trying to set some sort of record today for punting the football. I feel like Jake Camarda and Johnny Hecker have been the most featured player for either team today. Baker Mayfield so far today, 9 for 21, 93 yards, and an interception. Pretty rough day for the quarterback. Bryce Young on the other side of the field, 9 for 17, 76 yards. No touchdown, but no turnovers either. 4 catches and 69 yards for Mike Evans, who is your leading receiver so far today. And if 69 yards is the measurement that we're going off of, then that means Mike has 81 yards left to go. $81 yards left to go until his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. All of those seasons as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. But let me know, chat, do you think Mike Evans, regardless of if he returns for the Bucs next season or not, is already a first ballot Hall of Famer? If a Super Bowl championship, plenty of Pro Bowls, I think 4 Pro Bowls. First and 10 now. Bryce Young and the Panthers going to get another shot at it here. For some positive yardage in the second half of this game, you're going to be play fake. Bryce Young drops back, throws deep, And that pass will fall incomplete on 2nd and 9. Are we back? I think we may be back. If you guys were hanging out with us and you dropped out, I do apologize. Just having some network issues. I am in the Tampa Bay area, so you do know the rain is coming down. So having some network issues, but we should be back in the clear now. And here is a 3rd down and 9. Bryce Young out of the shotgun. 3 wide receiver bunch and a tight end. And the Bucs showing blitz. Play clock ticking. Has to get the ball off. Young takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up. Fires to the sideline. It's caught. Stephon Sullivan, big number 84, on the back shoulder pass from Bryce Young. Facing the pressure, stands in the pocket on 3rd down, and he delivers a 1st down strike. That's D. Delaney in coverage there. First and 10, now across midfield. Out of the pistol, Bryce Young making some changes at the line. 3 wide receiver set. Chuba Hubbard in the game. Takes the snap. Here's a handoff to Hubbard. Has room. Picks up some yardage. But he's brought down short of the 1st down marker. It'll be 2nd and short after a gain of 7 or 8 yards there by Hubbard, who's had a pretty solid day running the football. $15 carries, 61 yards for Hubbard so far today. And he'll remain in the game on 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun now. Bryce Young with 3 wide receivers and a tight end in the game. 2nd and 2. Sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. It's a play fake. Pressure coming. Fires to the sideline. It's a wide open Jonathan Mingo, who gets inside the red zone for Carolina, deep in Bucs territory for another big offensive play. And it's a 1st down, Carolina. Wow. 5 receptions and 58 yards today for the rookie, Jonathan Mingo. And it's now 1st and goal from the 9-yard line of Tampa Bay. Bryce Young under center, single back look. 3 wide receiver set. Adam Thielen in the slot. Hubbard in the backfield takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Hubbard, who has yardage, fights ahead, and just big man touchdowns. The Buccaneers defense ran through pretty much every available tackler they had, and Antoine Winfield was their last line of defense. It was not enough, so they will find the end zone there. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they ruled him short. That's a touchdown. They rule him short, but I'm watching this replay here. That's very, very close. We'll see if Carolina feels like throwing the challenge flag. It looks like they will. No, they're going to hurry up and run a play on 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers in the game. Chuba Hubbard takes the carry inside, gets stood up on the line of scrimmage, but he does break the plane, so we'll see what they rule it. It is a touchdown, Carolina Panthers. So here in the 3rd quarter, a couple of big offensive plays, and Chuba Hubbard finds the end zone on his 2nd attempt, this time from 1 yard away. And it comes on the 2nd effort. The Bucs get behind, and Zion McCollum able to wrap him up. But he's not down all the way, so he gets back up and carries some Buccaneers defenders into the end zone. 17 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown for Chuba Hubbard so far today. And the big run game today for Carolina, indicative of how spread thin the Buccaneers defense is, especially at the linebacker position. Coming into this game today, no Levante David, no Devin White, no Servassier Dennis, and after an injury in the 1st quarter, no KJ Britt. So now the Panthers, after a successful PAT, have their first lead of the day, 10-7. And Baker Mayfield and the Bucs will get another shot at the football with 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. You're going to need to do something here. I mean, we have just been begging for offense, and they have not delivered anything. Can they do it here? I have my doubts personally, but we will see, folks. Oh, man. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick this one off. Devin Tompkins back deep to receive. This punt goes back out of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just got to do something. I really didn't think those first two drives of the game were going to be all the offense we saw today from this team, but apparently it was. Out of the shotgun now, Chris Godwin, the man in motion. Baker takes the snap, looking to pass, fires over the middle, has Mike Evans, and then some. Nothing but green ahead of him to the 20, to the 10, 5. Dives for the pylon. Is it a touchdown? No. No. He was robbed. Mike Evans with a big-time play. They find him in the seam, and he almost goes the distance. I think that's a touchdown. Mike Evans lays out, reaches over the pylon. That should be a touchdown. Are they going to throw the challenge flag here on 1st and goal? Are we finally going to get a challenge by either team, or at least by Todd Bowles? A gain of 74 yards. That's a touchdown. Throw the flag, Todd. Throw the challenge flag. Oh, my God. He's got the flag in his hand. Is he going to throw it? Todd Bowles. Thank God. Todd Bowles going to throw the challenge flag here on what should be a 75-yard touchdown by Mike Evans. Great play by Mike Evans. This could be Mike Evans' 11th touchdown of the season. What a play. What a play. Pay that man. Pay that man. Pay him. Pay him. There it is. They rule it a touchdown. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take back the lead on a 75-yard Mike Evans touchdown from Baker Mayfield. 13-10 now as the call is overturned. So Todd Bowles finally throws the challenge flag, and we get the call that we were waiting for. Touchdown Mike Evans. Fire the cannons. Bucs are back on top of this game. 4.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter, and it's a 75-yard touchdown. 5 receptions, 144 yards for Mike Evans, and a touchdown to cap it off. 6 yards away from his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. Mike Evans, dude. Chase McLaughlin, the point after touchdown is good. So the Bucs extend their lead 14-10. Well, we were hoping for some fireworks on the offense, and there you go. A big 75-yard strike from Mike Evans. And we got a couple of players going back and forth after the PAT. Couple of flags thrown, so we're going to clean it up and see what this is about. Referees really trying to get this thing figured out, decide who's getting fouled with what. But that's the most exciting play of the day. Mike Evans now on the season, 59 receptions, 994 yards, and 10 touchdowns, or 11 touchdowns. Oh, wow. Wow, Brian Burns ejected from the game after instigating that fight on the PAT. So that's a big-time loss for that Carolina defense. That's a team captain. Wow. Big-time loss for Carolina there. Ooh, Brian Burns, yeah, threw a right hook at Bucs rookie Cody Mauch. And out comes the flag. You can't do that. A lot of pushing and shoving there. So Brian Burns going to be escorted to the locker room as his day is done. Big-time loss for that Carolina defense, arguably their best player, the team captain. So now Jake Camarda following the touchdown, ready to kick this one away, and it is off. It's a squib kick, but it'll bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Mike Evans out of the slot, taking a look at this touchdown once again. It's a 3-wide receiver look. Godwin was the man in motion, but Evans out of the slot. No safety over the top. So by the time Mike Evans gets the ball in the seam, it's just wide open grass ahead of him. It's a foot race. And I've seen Mike Evans get a lot of those plays where he comes up short, but I'm glad that he got his roses on that one. 75-yard touchdown for the greatest offensive player in Bucs history. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Bryce Young out of the shotgun, 3-wide receiver set. Thielen in the slot. Takes the snap, fires towards the sideline, and that's going to fall incomplete. Just off target there, looking for DJ Chark, who is well covered up. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Four minutes and 51 seconds left to go in the third quarter of this game. The Panthers looking at 2nd down. Bryce Young out of the shotgun yet again. Sends a man in motion. That is Blackshear, the running back. Now 4-wide receiver set. 5-wide receiver set. Empty backfield. Takes the snap. Pressure coming from the weak side. He doesn't see it, but he does throw that ball away. Looks like they were trying to set up a running back screen, but just not enough time to do it. The Buccaneers pressure gets there. The Bucs bluffed a blitz there, showed that pressure, and then at the last minute, they drop back Joe Tryon-Shoyinka into coverage, and that's what broke up that screenplay. So a pretty good defensive front there. That's how you confuse a rookie quarterback. 3rd and 10, 4 wide receivers on the field. Out of the shotgun now is Bryce Young. Adam Thielen, the man in motion. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Gets away, passes away, looking for DJ Chark, and it falls incomplete. It's Antoine Winfield Jr. with the excellent coverage over the middle. Able to break that play up. It'll be 4th down. Big stop for this Buccaneers defense. So here comes Johnny Hekker yet again, his 7th punt of the day. Averaging 45.7 yards per punt. Here he is yet again on 4th and 10, deep out of Panthers territory. Here's the snap, the hold, and the kick is up. Devin Tompkins calls for the fair catch, and he'll get it right around the 30-yard line. So Baker Mayfield and the Bucs offense, after a Mike Evans touchdown on the previous drive, will come back out and look to score again. Looks like it's a critical second half push for the Philadelphia Eagles, now down 21-13 over San Francisco. They clinch a playoff berth with a win and a Rams loss. So a very important second half for Philly in that one. But back here in Tampa, here comes the Bucs offense. 3 wide receivers at the bottom of your screen. Trey Palmer out of the slot. Baker Mayfield out of the shotgun. Bucs moving from left to right. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Rachaad White, who goes left and falls ahead for about 4 yards. One of the better inside short runs he's had today, which tells you how much luck they've had running the football today. 2nd and 7. 14 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown by Rachaad White. Doesn't look good for the average there. But they're going to be consistent with the run game, it seems. 2nd and 7 now. Single back look. Tight end, 3 wide receivers in the game. Godwin out of the slot. K-Dot and the man in motion. Mayfield takes the snap, hands it off to Rachaad White, who just goes backwards. Looking for a hole to the left side, and the Panthers were all over it. It's a loss of 5 yards, barring the results of the penalty down on the field. It's going to be a holding call on Cody Mauch, so negative yardage turns into more negative yardage as that penalty will be declined. Set up 3rd and long. 3rd and 11. Bucs up 4. Need to convert with 3.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter of this game. Baker, empty backfield. 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Has time. Steps up. Fires over the middle. And that pass is incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans. And he throws it just a bit too high. And Baker down on the field. Takes a minute to get up. And he's limping over to the sideline. He takes a pretty big hit and gets rolled up on. But he will walk off under his own power over to the sideline. His day today, 10 for 23, 168 yards. 1 touchdown, being the 75-yard touchdown from Mike Evans, and 1 interception. Here is Camarda to punt this one away. Kick is up. Smith Marquette back there to return, and a good tackle by the Buccaneers special teams unit, able to wrap them up for no return. $71 total yards in this half for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which means on that last drive, they netted -4 yards after the Mike Evans 75-yard touchdown. So back to not a lot of offense here. We'll see what Bryce Young and the Panthers can do on 1st and 10. From the 22, it's going to be a run out of the pistol to Chuba Hubbard, who runs up the gut, and he's brought down by Christian Izien, the rookie. Undrafted free agent. It's now 2nd and 6. Out of the pistol yet again. 2 wide receivers and a tight end out of the slot here. Chuba Hubbard's still in the game. Bryce Young takes the snap. Handoff to Hubbard. Goes up the gut, and he has 1st down yardage. Runs his way through tacklers to pick up about 8 yards, and it's a fresh set of downs for Carolina, 1st and 10. Two and a half minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. That's 100 rushing yards on the day for Carolina so far. Single back look now. 3 wide receivers in the game. Adam Thielen in the slot for Carolina. Hubbard, the single back. Here's a snap. Play action. He's going to roll out. Bryce Young being chased down by Yaya Diaby, who's going to push him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10. 2nd and 11. They lose a yard on the play. Three sacks so far today for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. They need some more plays here on 2nd and 11. 4 wide receiver set. Empty backfield for Bryce Young. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Fires to the right side. And that pass is incomplete. Looking for Miles Sanders, who cannot hang on to the football. It'll be 3rd and 11. Bryce Young today, 11 for 24, 123 yards passing. And the Panthers looking to convert on 3rd and 11. Bucs need to get off of the field here. Carolina just 2 for 11 on 3rd down conversions today. Out of the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set for Bryce Young. Takes the snap. Has time. Bucs on a blitz. The pressure gets there, and they drop him for a sack. J.J. Russell, the lone linebacker, healthy for the Buccaneers today, gets there the same time as Shaq Barrett, and they're going to bring down Bryce Young. They'll probably share a sack in the stat book at the end of the day. But I think Russell was the first one there. Big time play to set up 4th and 18. 4 sacks on the day for the Buccaneers defense, and Bryce Young has now been sacked 44 times this season through just 11 games. Devin Tompkins gets the fields the return, picks up maybe 4 yards, but he'll be pushed out of bounds. Man, big time play from Deebo Samuel as we go back and show some highlights from that San Francisco-Philadelphia game. San Fran up 27-13. Big play from Deebo. So here comes Baker Mayfield, the Bucs offense once again. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line of Tampa Bay. 2 wide receiver set and a tight end out there is Cade Otton. Takes the snap. Baker has time, avoids pressure, checks it down to Rachaad White, who has some running room, shakes a tackler, gets the first down and a stiff arm. He'll be pushed out of bounds, but not before picking up plenty of beautiful yardage for the Bucs. It's a 1st down and then some. Gain of 20 yards there, and Tristan Wirfs back down. This is the 3rd week in a row he's been down. Oh, man, it's that right leg of Tristan Wirfs, and he's limping. Not putting a lot of pressure on that right leg. It looks like he just got rolled up on. Oh, God, man. He's been playing through injury these last couple of weeks. That'd be the biggest loss of the day for the Bucs if Tristan Wirfs goes down. Taking a look at the replay here. Yeah, he just gets rolled up on by another Panthers defender who got thrown to the ground, and he didn't even see it coming. Not a great look. Just a bad stretch here for Tristan Wirfs injury-wise. So here comes Scroll, number 77, filling in at left tackle, who we have seen a little bit so far this season. They're going to put the 10 up around Tristan Wirfs, and he'll be looked at here. But back on 1st down. 32 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter of this game. The clock's still ticking. The Bucs offense lines up. Baker Mayfield under center. Single back look with Rachaad White. Cade Otton, the man in motion. 3 wide receiver set with a tight end. Now Godwin going in motion to the top of the screen. The Bucs might try and get him to jump here. We'll see if they run a play. Baker under center. I think they're going to take this down to the end of the 3rd quarter here. Baker already walking off. So that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter, and the Bucs hold on to their lead 14-10 with only 15 minutes left to play in this game. If the Bucs come up with points here, especially a touchdown, I don't want to say that's all she wrote, but the Bucs are going to need to do something here to put this Panthers team away because they are not showing very many signs of life here as we wrap up the 3rd quarter. Oh, goodness gracious. I never said these division games would be easy, and it's been anything but for the Buccaneers today, but they still have a lead of 14-10. Tristan Wirfs goes off with injury. We'll see if he comes back into the game. The Bucs offense probably going to have a few more shots at this thing before it's all said and done, but would love to see if they can do something to put Carolina away in the fourth quarter. Just waiting on the broadcast to come back from commercial. You can see some of the game leaders today. Bryce Young, 11 for 24, 123 yards. Baker Mayfield, 11 for 24, 188 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. 115 of those passing yards today for Baker Mayfield belong to Mike Evans. I'm sorry, 144 of those belong to Mike Evans, as he is 6 yards away from his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. We'll see if he can get it on this drive. Baker Mayfield under center now on 1st and 10. Rachaad White in the game, takes the snap. It's a handoff to White, who fights ahead for about 4 yards. Second down now for the Bucs. 14 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this ball game. You take a look at the NFC South standings here. Carolina down there at the bottom, 1-10, 0-2 within the division. The Bucs 4-7, 1-1 within the division. The only undefeated division team is Atlanta, who does have the tiebreaker over Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield on 2nd and 5 out of the shotgun. It's play action, rolls out to his left, has time, cranks it, fires downfield, looking for Mike Evans, and they may have been looking for a pass interference call as well, because Mike was double covered. Not much of a chance for him on that one, but that pass falls incomplete. 3rd and 5. Tristan Wirfs back out there for Tampa Bay, which you love to see. They taped up that ankle that was bothering him, and he seems to be playing through some pain. I mean, say what you want about Tristan Wirfs. I know we've called him the best tackle in the NFL, but he's also a warrior, man. It takes a lot to stop him from being out there on the field. We've learned that. 3rd and 5 out of the shotgun. Baker takes the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Tries to get away from pressure. Rolling to his right. There is a flag down, and there might be another flag down, and he's wrapped up and dropped from behind. We'll see what the call is. Illegal use of the hands of the face, defense number 97. It's going to be an automatic first down for Tampa Bay. So, honestly thought it was on the Bucs at first, and Tabor would have had the choice to either accept the penalty or just decline it and take 4th down, but the Bucs get a lucky penalty there, and they'll get a fresh set of downs. The clock will continue to roll. 14 minutes now left to go in the game. And the Bucs on the other side of the 50-yard line now following the penalty from the 38-yard line of Carolina. Baker under center has 3 receivers in the game. Single back, Rachaad White takes the carry, has some room to the right side. He'll get some first down yardage, but be forced out of bounds right around the first down marker. So if it's not a first down, he might be a couple of feet short. But I'd like to think they give him a generous spot there. First down, Tampa Bay. So it is first down yardage for Rachaad White. Another first down on this drive for Tampa Bay. 12 on the day for him through 3 quarters. Now here's Baker out of the shotgun. Chase Edmonds checking into the game. 3 wide receiver set. Mike Evans on the bottom of the screen. Chris Godwin now the man in motion out of the slot. Takes the snap. It's a play fake, end around to Devin Tompkins, similar to one we saw in the first quarter. He breaks a tackle. He'll pick up about 6 yards. So the Bucs get creative there with Devin Tompkins, and they do get some positive yardage. Results in a 2nd and 4. So it's a fake handoff to Chase Edmonds going inside. Baker Mayfield hangs on to the football, and Chase Edmonds running the end around gets the pitch from Baker. He'll go 6 yards. 2nd and 4 now for the Bucs. 12.5 minutes left to go. Baker out of the shotgun. Chase Edmonds still in the game. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And it's an inside handoff to Chase Edmonds, who fights ahead for some yardage. He'll get about 3 yards as the pile falls forward, and they will fire the cannon as the Bucs are inside the red zone. Now, of course, the announcers don't know what it is. They never know why the Bucs fire the cannon inside the 20. God, they're so dumb. 3rd and 2. Inside the red zone. Single back look. Rashad White in the game. Chris Godwin, the man in motion. Here's the snap. Godwin gets it on the fake end around. And Chris Godwin with first down yardage. Oh, there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. I know the score updated before I could announce the touchdown, but a big-time play from Chris Godwin, who gets his first rushing touchdown, I think, of his career. And the Buccaneers extend their lead to 2 possessions here in the 4th quarter. That could be the play that you needed to put this Panthers team away if your defense can come up with another stop here. But great job by Chris Godwin there to stay in bounds as he was met with a tackler at the 2-yard line, kept the feet in bounds, and ultimately finds the end zone. Touchdown, Bucs. Fire the cannons. It's a 19-yard touchdown run for the wide receiver, Chris Godwin, and Chase McLaughlin's PAT is good. The Bucs extend their lead to 11, 21-10, Bucs on top. So the broadcast will take a break. I'm going to take a quick break and grab my phone off of the charger. Don't go anywhere. 'And we're back. All right. Big time touchdown from Chris Godwin there on the 19-yard carry. All right, so my mistake. Godwin's 10th career rush and his 2nd career touchdown. He had a touchdown for 2 yards against the Rams in 2021, which was that Week 3 game, if I'm not mistaken. Forgot that was a rushing touchdown. The Bucs were in the pewter uniforms, and that's when he got in the end zone and he did that like Zen celebration. $11:36 left to go in this game. The Bucs on top, 21-10, following the Chris Godwin touchdown. Jake Camarda going to kick this one away following the Buccaneers score. And it'll go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers offense once again. The urgency going to need to be cranked up a little bit as they now trail 2 possessions here in the fourth quarter of this game. Out of the shotgun, it's a handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who breaks a tackle over to the left side, breaks another one, and he's finally brought down by Kayvon Merriweather. It'll be a pickup of about 8 yards for Carolina. $20 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown today for Chuba Hubbard. Pretty solid day running the football for him as he remains in the game on 2nd and 3. Out of the shotgun now, 3 wide receiver set. Panthers moving left to right. It's going to be another handoff to Chuba Hubbard there, and he'll pick up the necessary first down yardage on a gain of about 5. Ten and a half minutes left to go on 1st and 10 now for Carolina. Out of the pistol, 2 wide receivers and a tight end in the game. Takes the snap. It's another handoff for Chuba Hubbard, who's absolutely swallowed up by Anthony Nelson and the rest of that Bucs defensive line. He'll get no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Second and 9. 4 wide receiver set and a tight end out there for Carolina. Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Miles Sanders checks into the game. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Checks it down to Miles Sanders, who trips and falls at the line of scrimmage. Luckily, the Bucs able to wrap him up to prevent him from going any further. If he doesn't trip and fall, that may have been a first down, but luckily the Bucs prevent it. It'll be 3rd and short. Third and 3. Just 2 for 12 on 3rd down conversions today, the Panthers are. Bryce Young out of the shotgun. Bucs showing pressure once again. Miles Sanders, the man in motion. Here's the snap. Pressure coming. Has to run out of the pocket, and it's complete. Jonathan Mingo breaks a tackle, fumbles the football. And it looks like Miles Sanders was able to fall on top of it for Carolina. He gets the recovery, so it will be first down yardage for the Panthers. It's a gain of 15 for the Panthers on the fumble. Out of the shotgun on 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers, Thielen in the slot. It's an inside handoff to Sanders, who fights ahead for about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. (21-10), the clock will roll as the Panthers line up for 2nd and 6. Bryce Young under center. Miles Sanders, the single back. Now the tight end in motion. It's a bunch set on the bottom of your screen. Adam Thielen down there. Jonathan Mingo in the tight end. DJ Chark on top. Here's the snap. It's a handoff to Sanders looking for a hole. And after a second attempt, he doesn't get anything. Kalijah Cansey with the initial tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So it's no gain. Now 3rd and 6. Seven minutes left to go in this game as the clock continues to roll. This is probably 4 down territory if you are the Panthers here. If you don't come up with a 3rd down conversion, you're down 2 possessions, so you got to go for it. Game potentially on the line here over the next 2 plays if the Bucs can get a stop on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun now, 3 wide receiver set. Adam Thielen in the slot. Takes the snap. Young, pressure coming, fires to the sideline, and that is incomplete. Carlton Davis in coverage on the rookie Jonathan Mingo. Looking for a flag, and they will not get one. So after the incompletion, it is 4th and 6. 4th and 6. That may be the game. This is still, again, 4-down territory, so I don't expect Carolina to come off of the field here. They're going to take a shot. 6.5 minutes left to go in this football game. Play clock down to 5 seconds out of the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Thielen in the slot. 2 seconds. Got to get the play off. They snap the ball. Bryce Young fires end zone. And it's caught. It's a circus catch to set them up inside the 10-yard line to DJ Chark over the top. Carlton Davis in coverage. He just gets bodied. Little stutter step. And it's a little bit of an underthrow, but DJ Chark able to look it in and find it, and he makes the big-time play that they're looking for on 4th and 6. First and goal now for the Panthers. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. 4 wide receiver set. Bunch formation on the top of your screen. Panthers moving left to right. Bryce Young under pressure finds Adam Thielen inside the 5-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal. Second and goal now. Clock continues to run. 5 minutes and 20 seconds as they try and break the huddle for Carolina. Bryce Young today, 15 for 29. Under center. 1 wide receiver. 2 wide receivers, excuse me. Single back look. Here is the snap. Inside handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who has his 2nd touchdown of the game. No? Everybody's reacting like they said it was no touchdown, but if my eyes work correctly, that's a touchdown. Looks like they're going to go for 2 here to make it a 3-point game, down 5. Carolina trying to make it interesting with 5 minutes left to go in this game. Here is the 2-point attempt out of the shotgun. Chuba Hubbard in the game, 4 wide receivers. It's a bunch formation on the bottom. Here's the snap, rolls right, trying to get away from pressure. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka may have a costly penalty as the flag comes out. Face mask on Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, so wipe away the sack and give the Panthers, I guess, nothing because it's a 2-point conversion. So are they going to attempt it again? Yeah. They're going to get the ball at the 1-yard line here for the 2-point attempt to make it a game because the Bucs couldn't get off of the field on 4th down. Oh, goodness gracious. So here is their 2nd attempt at the 2-point attempt following the face mask from Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. On the 1-yard line, it's an I formation. Ian Thomas, the tight end, at fullback now for Carolina. Here's the snap. Play action. Rolling right. Bryce Young has time. He's going to keep it. Goes for the pylon. Spins in. 2-point is good. This game is now 21-18. 5 minutes left to go. My, oh my. My, oh my. This has just been a brutal game to watch, folks. The Bucs have had plenty of chances to put this team away, and somehow they stick around. Oh, man. An update from the Philly-San Francisco game. Jalen Hurts being evaluated for a concussion. So not a great sign as the Eagles were already playing from behind. That game might be over. So the Bucs find their two-possession lead, now just 3 points with 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs offense going to get a chance to either put some points on the board or just hang on to the ball to end this game. But it's going to take the offense to win this game now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unless your defense can get that big-time stop that they need. But if you don't get any points, the Panthers are playing for overtime. And the last thing that I want to sit here and commentate on is overtime with a 1-10 football team. Better teams would have put the Panthers away by now, but we already know what we know about the Bucs this season. Regardless, it is a very important division game, and if the Bucs want a chance at the postseason, they're going to have to find a way to finish here. So we'll see what the offense can do. On 1st and 10, out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, Godwin the man in motion. Here is a quick pass from Baker to Mike Evans, who has a reception for a first down and then some, breaking tackles left and right. He's finally brought down after a gain of 11. And ladies and gentlemen, with that, Mike Evans has his 10th straight 1,000-yard season. The first and only player in NFL history to start his career with 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Congratulations to number 13, one of the best to ever do it in a Buccaneers uniform, and I am incredibly lucky to have seen him do all of it over the last 10 years. Now under center, Baker takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Rachaad White going right. He'll pick up maybe 2 yards. Oh, wow. 35-13. San Francisco up over Philadelphia. So 2nd and 7 after the first down carry for Rachaad White. Everybody showing some love to Mike Evans. Man, they're clapping it up for him. They just made the announcement in the stadium. Everybody on the field showing Mike some love. You love to see it, man. One of the best to ever do it. Mike Evans, 10th straight 1,000-yard season. 60 receptions, 1,005 yards, 10 touchdowns, and his longest catch of the year being 75 yards. The fans are now chanting, Mike, you got to pay this guy. You got to pay this guy. You cannot have a Buccaneers offense without Mike Evans as long as he's in the league. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. He has been everything the Bucs have needed today and then some, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's the only reason they have the lead right now. 4 minutes to go in this game as the clock will continue to roll. The Bucs line up on 2nd and 7 now. Baker out of the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set. Cade Otton, the tight end. Rachaad White on his hip. Takes the snap. Pressure coming. Dumps it off to Rachaad White, who has a catch, and he is brought down for a huge loss. It'll be 3rd and long. The Bucs try and draw up a running back screen there, and they lose 4 yards. So now a 2nd and 7 turns into 3rd and 11. And this is an offense that you were going to be leaning on here, who haven't done anything. You got the Mike Evans first down. We got him his 1,000 yards. Congratulations. But these are the conversions that matter here. 3rd and 11. Panthers burned a timeout, so it's 3:45. The Bucs line up. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end is Cade Otton now, who is the man in motion. Baker out of the shotgun. From the 35, takes the snap, has time in the pocket, fires downfield, and that pass is broken up, looking for Chris Godwin. But Dante Jackson breaks it up and forces 4th and 11. So Carolina going to have a chance. With Bryce Young in the offense, over 3.5 minutes left to go, the Bucs come up empty there. Fourth and 11. Here comes Camarda, his 8th punt of the day. Kick is up and away. They'll call for the fair catch right around the 30 as it bounces. The Bucs field it at the 32. So the only win of the year for the Carolina Panthers is a game-winning drive for Bryce Young. The one game-winning drive he has in his young career. And with 3.5 minutes left to go, 2 timeouts, he will get a shot against an NFC South opponent in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in enemy territory. The Bucs have been in this situation before, obviously with only 45 seconds left to go. They gave up a 75-yard touchdown drive to a rookie quarterback. We'll see if they can make the stops they need to. This is the game. This is the game right here. Bryce Young out of the shotgun now. 3 wide receiver set. Thielen in the slot. Here's an inside handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who picks up about 5 yards. Exactly 100 yards on the day for Chuba Hubbard. I'm sorry, 1 yard away from 100 yards, but 24 carries and 2 touchdowns. Oh, just kidding. They changed their mind. Now it's officially 100 yards for Hubbard on 24 carries. 2nd and 5. 3 wide receiver set. Once again, sends a man in motion. Thielen in the slot. Young out of the shotgun. It's another handoff to Chuba Hubbard, who has momentum and picks up 4 yards. 3rd and 1. Third and 1. Biggest third down the Panthers have faced so far today with 2.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. If they cannot pick up the first down, this game is over. Adam Thielen, the man in motion. 3 wide receiver set. Single back look. Play action. Young rolls right. Has room. Zion McCollum chasing him down. And he just throws that ball away. It'll fall incomplete. They try to get cute with it there. And they cannot get the necessary yardage. 4th and 1. Good coverage by the Bucs there on third and 1, by the way. But this is for the game. 4th and 1. Carolina 1 for 2 on 4th down conversion so far today. Out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers bunched up on the bottom of your screen. Sanders in the backfield. Out of the shotgun. Young takes the snap. Pressure coming. Has time. Tries to get away. Running to his right. Fires it downfield. And it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. with the exclamation point. And a big-time turnover to potentially clinch the win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gets the turnover right around midfield. And the first turnover of the day for Bryce Young is the most costly one of the day. Adam Thielen, the targeted receiver, he overthrows him just a bit. And Antoine Winfield Jr. in a beautiful position to make that play. Playmakers make plays, and the best safety in the NFL comes up again. A sack and interception today for Antoine Winfield Jr. What a great player. 1st and 10 now for Tampa Bay. Looking to put this Panthers team away. 3 wide receiver set with a tight end, Auten, who's in motion. Offset eye takes the snap, inside handoff to Rachaad White. Picks up a yard. And Carolina going to call a timeout ahead of the 2-minute warning, so they only have 1 left and the 2-minute warning. The clock will stop with 2:10 left to go. Carolina with just 1 timeout left ahead of the 2-minute warning. 2:10 left to play in this game. The Bucs with possession of the ball following the Antoine Winfield interception. 2nd and 8. Hey, I didn't say this game was over. If there's one thing I've said today, it is not that. 2 receivers set now with a man in motion. 2nd and 8, single back look. Baker takes the snap. Quick slant to Mike Evans, who has that catch. And he'll be brought down just short of the first down marker, but he'll pick up about 7.5 yards on that reception. So that play right there will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game. The Bucs facing a 3rd and 1. You get a first down here. Carolina has 1 timeout left. So realistically, you need this first down and 1 more. And this game could potentially be over. But it is not over until it is over. Also, just a reminder, folks, win, lose, or draw, no matter how this game ends, we are going to be live immediately following the game. YouTube.com/Cannon Fire Podcast. Going to be taking your calls and breaking down the game with my co-host, Evan Wanish. Looking forward to it, and hopefully see you there. Go subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified as soon as that live stream drops. Man, can we just take a second and talk about how Antoine Winfield Jr. is the best safety in football? What a play. I mean, that pass falls incomplete. You're facing much tougher field position after the punt. Or maybe not even the punt. Well, never mind. It was 4th down. Excuse me. Sorry, my head's still spinning. Back live from Tampa Bay, 3rd and 1 on the 2-minute warning. The Bucs single back look. 2 wide receivers in the game. Godwin, the man in motion. He's brought in as an extra blocker. Here's the handoff. Rachaad White needs the yard, gets the yard, and then some. Nobody's going to catch him. He'll be brought down around the 18-yard line, but a huge run. His biggest run of the day. saves the best for last, and the Bucs get the first down they need there. Inside the 2-minute warning, Carolina's only got 1 minute left. The clock will roll below 1:40. So the Bucs now, as Carolina has one timeout, doesn't look like they're going to use it. The Bucs in position to knee this one out and officially pick up the win. Their 5th of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, fire the cannons. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won this game and secure another win in the NFC South division with a 21-18 victory at home over the Carolina Panthers. A game that was way closer than it had any right being. But regardless, a win is a win. And as a Bucs fan, it feels good to win one. I don't care what people say about tanking. I don't care what they say about draft order. I don't care. You play to win the game. And that's obviously what the Bucs did today. Huge day from a couple of the stars on this team. Mike Evans, 7 receptions for 162 yards and a touchdown. Rachaad White, 20 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. His best run of the day, his final run of the day. And then, of course, Baker Mayfield, 14 for 29, 202 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We're going to talk more about Baker Mayfield's day on the Cane of Fire Podcast post-game call-in show, which is going to be starting here momentarily over on the Cane of Fire Podcast YouTube channel. But the Buccaneers are victorious, 21-18 over the Carolina Panthers, and they improve their record to 5-7. Mike Evans clinches his 10th straight 1,000-yard season, and he did it all in a Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform, the first player in NFL history to do so. Big-time win for the Bucs today, and we're going to be talking about all of it and more over the next hour or so. So head on over to the Cane of Fire Podcast YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cane of Fire Podcast. We're going to be breaking that down and then some, and also taking your calls. We hope to hear from you. James will be back next week. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am your host, Rhett Matthew, signing off until next time. Thank you once again for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you in the next one. Until then, and as always, we appreciate you watching. Go Bucs.